some comments. Help you, your ride is killing you. What's up, y'all? And I'm sitting here at this truck stop on the border of Wisconsin and Illinois, and I don't pick up till 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So I'm going to be here for quite some time, and I wanted to do a video. Ride Lordstown Motors did not finish the race, okay? But I said they probably wouldn't finish the race. I would have liked to have seen them finish it, but I said they probably wouldn't finish it. And it's kind of crazy, because like I was in the live stream, there wasn't really any race action that was showed in there, but I was in there the whole time and I was checking the tracker and watching the truck, on the tracker through GPS. And you just can't escape the haters and the naysayers and the short sellers no matter where you go. I mean, the whole chat for the live stream was just full of haters and full of like people spreading lies and rumors. It was hilarious. Hi, Jessica. And yeah, I mean, like I never really expected him to finish the race, guys. And there's just all kinds of misinformation and lies being spread about it. And who knows how it's going to affect the stock. I mean, a lot of times what we think will affect the stock when we're seeing all these people making these negative comments and stuff doesn't necessarily affect the stock. I mean, and especially the way the state of the market right now, we get really good news about stuff and the stock doesn't go up and it's just not reacting based on news as much as it did. So who knows what's going to happen with the stock price on Monday. What's up, Hamster? Thanks for being here, man. Hamster was my very first patron on the Patreon over there. Links down in the description if you want to support the channel. So yeah, they didn't finish the race, guys, but there wasn't any horrible news either. I mean, I looked at the tracker and after they left, I stayed around watching the stream and in and out of the comments and watching them on the tracker all the way till they started heading back up the freeway to San Felipe. And at that point, I looked at the tracker and I opened the view that shows you all of the vehicles in the race. And there were at least 40 trucks that did not make it as far as the Endurance made it. I mean, I counted 50, but I think some of those were actually up in San Felipe, and I don't know if they actually finished and then went there or what, because trucks were coming across the line at that point. But at least 40 were scattered all along the track at shorter distances than where the Endurance made it. So, I mean, at the very least, they made it further than a bunch of those trucks, guys. So, I mean, it's not a small feat. Everybody's making all these negative comments, but that's a rough ass course. You're talking about like rocks and fucking a bunch of people were having, like, as they were coming across the finish line, you're hearing them saying, yeah, we had 2 flats and then we were out of rims and, and then we blew a fucking power steering hose, and just everybody's talking about these setbacks and problems and breakdowns that they had along the way. And these are the guys who made it all the way. Can you imagine the problems that these 40 trucks had that didn't even make it as far as Lordstown? So, yeah, I mean, I think it's crazy. Thanks for the super chat, Jessica. I appreciate it. I appreciate your support. So it's crazy. I mean, and the fact is that we don't really have the information about why they had to stop, okay? We don't really know, but yet when you look in the comments of the Facebook post that I've got here in front of me, everybody's got an opinion and everybody thinks, oh, well, they didn't even make it 40 miles and had to charge the battery. But in reality, like, if they were going to try to finish the race, okay, that would have been a good place for them to charge. They have a 250-mile battery and the course is about 260. And so, yeah, you make it 40 miles and then you charge and you got enough to make it the rest of the way. Now, I'm sure there was some kind of other mishap or some kind of other issue. But overall, I think just the fact that they started it and made it further than at least 40 trucks made it, with a vehicle that's, you know, not had years of testing and stuff like that, and plus the chassis and everything was thrown together last minute by this Brenthal place, who did have a lot of other chassis entered into the race, you know. So who knows what the issue, if there even was an issue. I mean, they could have charged and said, look, we got a lot of data here, you know, why don't you just like make another run across and back, and then we'll see like what else we can collect. I mean, we don't have a clue of what their thought process was. I mean, they could have had multiple flat tires during that time period, and, you know, ran out of spares, or any number of things could have happened. They could have, you know, something could have happened with the build itself, and, you know, suspension, or any number of things could have happened that caused them to go ahead and stop there, or just, you know, they said that the motors and the battery and all that stuff performed well. I mean, you know, of course, you know, they wouldn't want to like say that it didn't, but at the same time, like, I don't think they're liars. And I know a lot of people with the Hindenburg shit think that they're just full of shit or whatever. But hey, man, that's a gruel. Even to make it 40 miles on that grueling ass course is something in my mind. At any rate, I still believe in the company. You know, I'm going to hold it. And I still firmly believe they're going to start putting these electric trucks on the road in September, or, you know, late this year. And I'm still holding, guys. So if people sell off on Monday, then they sell off on Monday. I may have a little money to dump into something on Monday, so we're just gonna have to see. But like I said, I'm headed home. I'm gonna do this load, and then I pick up this next one that I'm about to pick up. Okay, I'm empty. The next one I pick up takes me home, and I'm gonna be cutting it close to make it there by my shop appointment. So I don't know how long I'm going to be stuck there, guys. It could be a week. I'll try to put some content out while I'm there. I'll be staying in a hotel. We'll just see what happens. Maybe you'll get some content from my buddy's house at the recording studio or something. Who knows? See what kind of contents I miss. One guy said they lost 3 motors. Yeah, I mean, people just saying all kinds of stuff. Was anybody in the live stream and catch that guy that kept saying there was an accident and Lordstown brought the guy to the hospital? Or they just kept on spamming that, and the whole thread just got completely derailed, and people were just in there posting all kinds of crazy shit that just didn't make any sense. Like, yeah, there was a wreck and they put him on the hood of their fucking truck or something and drove him to the fucking freeway to get an ambulance, and then just stayed there for 2 hours, you know, like that. It's just like, people will say anything. So if you're a Lordstown supporter watching this, don't pay attention to these commenters. Like, you know, you guys have all like looked at the comment section of Webull and looked at all these toxic ass comments. You know, it's always a bunch of short sellers and naysayers, and most of the naysayers are probably also short sellers. So, you know, you can't pay attention. If you believe in the fundamentals of the company, you believe that they're going to be putting these vehicles out, then continue to hold and buy. You know, I mean, if you don't, then you don't. Do your own research, though. Whatever you do, I am not your mama. I'm not your fucking mama, all right? What I believe in don't mean it's going to happen. I don't have a crystal ball. These motherfuckers could be lying about everything and the motherfucker go to zero. I don't think that's going to happen at all. But do your own research. I will not be held responsible, all right? Well, Hamster, you know, I wish they would put out a better statement too, you know what I mean? But they got the whole SEC thing going on, and I'm sure that they're probably worried that they might say the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Like, with the way the market is and everything, like, they don't owe us an explanation. You know what I'm saying? They don't owe us an explanation. I mean, these companies, like, you know, we all talk about how the PR is bad for Hyliion and the PR is bad for this and that, but we're looking at it from an investor standpoint. You know what I mean? And these guys, like, they're probably not that worried about what the stock's doing right now. You know what I mean? They're focused on execution. They're focused on getting the business working correctly. They're focused on getting the products working correctly. Like, they got a lot more important shit to focus on than trying to bump the share price up when they don't even have a product on the market yet. You know what I mean? It's not really, you know, the more I've thought about it in relation to Hyliion and stuff, it's not really, it shouldn't be their priority right now to be out there trying to hype up the stock price, because really the stocks are, you know, they don't have a product on the market, and technically they probably should be trading for lower than they are, you know. So it's hard to say that they should do more to pump up the stock price. But I do agree that they should have been updating. They should have been doing something to say, hey, we had a suspension issue or something during the race. But that's just not what they did. I'm hoping that we get some clips directly from them, maybe some good clips. Yeah, I've looked at it, Fredo. I watched your video before, about an hour ago, man. It was fantastic, bro. I think that was probably the most complete collection of the footage that I've seen. All right, so I really enjoyed it, Fredo. Man, I appreciate you making that. I wish I had, when I was watching it, I was wishing that I had a way to replay it on here or something. Yeah, you guys go check out Fredo's video. He's got pretty much all of the footage, you know, every clip that I've seen separately in other videos. I think Fredo's like pulled them all together there. And Fredo was one of the ones who was in the live chat yesterday. So he saw all that shit with like that Derek guy who was like, oh, they took somebody to the hospital and they're saving lives and all this kind of shit. And everybody's just talking smack, man. You know, like everybody's just telling lies and making shit up as usual. Exactly, JJ. Like, you know, like, I just don't think it should be their focus to be trying to pump up the stock price. Let's get the fucking product working right. Let's focus on the business. And that will, just that act in and of itself, if you execute, will bring the stock price up. We have to look at it, we have to think of the fact that they're not really worried about the investors right now. They're worried about the company and the product and execution. And that's the way it should be. And they do have a load of cash, Martin. I can't remember the last time. I can't remember where their cash position is right now, but it's big, okay? I want to say they have more money than Hyliion. And then they also have, at least have the opportunity to access a bunch of government money through this loan program that it's either being considered or they may have already been approved. I don't really know. They're not sure if they'll use it because they have a whole lot of cash already. 700 million, yeah. I mean, and Hyliion has what, 350? So I mean, they got a lot of cash. I mean, and right, GM also has a stake in it. I mean, when they bought that plant from GM, part of the payment for the plant was shares. So GM is invested in Lordstown, and they have a vested interest in their success. And you know, they're actually like, some of the parts on the Endurance are sourced from GM and stuff like that. So GM's involved too. Oh, 600 million? I thought it was three something, 380, 350. Yeah, I agree, Thomas. And you know, like I can't say that if it tripled or doubled or tripled tomorrow, I wouldn't sell my shares because I like to lock in profits. But if it doesn't, I'm going to hold it. I'm not going to sell it for a loss. That's for damn sure. But I do like to lock in profits. So, I mean, I'm not going to say that I won't sell it if it goes way up, but I'm definitely believe in it, you know. All Hyliion needs is one large contract, and it'll be Moon Sky. I don't think Anheuser-Busch, I mean, it would be a good contract, but I think Schneider or Werner and or both would be probably the best contracts that they could get, because those guys do over-the-road stuff, no competition from Tesla in that market. And whereas Anheuser-Busch, doesn't do any long haul. They do all short haul. And I mean, it's, Hyliion works for that application as well. But we need to see them getting into some of these long haul companies. I mean, in my mind, that's where their real strength is. Yeah, Thomas. Thomas, I for the last, before this correction started, that was my big thing, was swing trading and taking profits and trying to take stair steps up. And that's really the only reason that I'm still up right now, is because I did that, because I kept swing trading and taking profits while everything was going nuts for this last year. I wasn't trading since March. I wish I would have been, but I think it was like July that I started trading, and I did really well. I mean, in that video I said 60%, but at some points I was up close to 75% up. And then I had taken a couple of little losses there before this correction started, and I was somewhere around 60%. And it's come way down, because I made a mistake and bought Tesla like 814, where I bought it was a big dip from where it had been trading. I had been waiting to catch it around 800, and I sold out of everything to reorganize before I went home on a trip. I mean, on some home time, and then I was like, "Fuck it, Tesla's 800. I'm gonna dump it in there," and I did it. And then that was the next day. The market started moving down and did all this shit that it's done the last month and a half, whatever. And so yeah, it was bad timing, but hey, I'm still up, guys. Even though I'm way down in all this stuff, I bought all of them on the wrong dips. You know what I mean? I bought Hyliion I bought Lordstown on the wrong dip. I bought OEG on the wrong dip. I bought Tesla on the wrong dip, and I haven't increased my Enphase position, but it's down, whereas I was up like 600 on that position. So it's been rough. I mean, we've all got hit, and like I say, I'm just lucky that I had been taking all those profits for all those months, so that now that everything's in the red and I'm all in the red, I'm still not below. I'm still in the green. And man, I know a lot of people aren't, man. There's a lot of people following some of these other YouTubers who they like to hold it for a year and hold it forever and all that stuff. And a lot of guys, I know a lot of people have gotten really beat up with that strategy who weren't taking profits. It's unfortunate, but the way I trade, it makes it easier for me to take profits because I do it in a Roth IRA, so there's no taxes associated with those sales. So I do understand why people want to hold it longer to pay less taxes, but at the same time, man, I've been saying for a long time that Roth IRA is your friend. No taxes on that. J-Dog, I'm not buying any stocks right now. I haven't been able to make any deposits in a few weeks, and I did make a couple small deposits. I bought some Hyliion, but overall, like, I was just now about to be the point where I could dump $1,000 in right now, but I'm having issues with my truck, and I'm having to go back and home time, and that means I got to get a hotel and all that stuff, so I can't dump the money in. Yeah, I agree, Martin. All the SPACs and just all of these popular growth stocks, and there are good ones. And if you pick the right ones, you're going to make out like a bandit in 6 months or a year, maybe 2 years. I don't think it'll take 5. What's up, Jose? Thanks for being here. But J-Dog, like, if I had some money to dump in right now, I would buy some more Hyliion. I'm trying to get a bigger position while it's down this low. And once I get that position built up, I'd like to average down a little bit in Lordstown too. But I've got, a double-sized position in it right now, 200 shares. Usually 100 shares is about where I buy at. And I still would like to average down some more. And then I'd like to buy some more Hyliion. I'd like to get that up to 200 shares in the Roth. I'm at 90 in the Roth right now, and like 60 something. I averaged down a little bit what I could afford the other day in Hyliion in the cash account. But Yeah, and then once I get those positions where I'm comfortable with them, then I'm going to start looking for other opportunities. But like, I don't just pump out stock after stock on this channel. I just pretty much talk about what I believe in and chronicle what I'm doing and hope that it helps other people. And, you know, I learn little stuff from people in the comments here and there and get good stocks to look at. So, I mean, if you enjoy that, if you like watching, you know, what I'm doing, and, you know, if you feel like you're getting a benefit out of it, throw me a super chat, join the Patreon, you know, do something. NGA is kicking my ass. It's down, bro. I got that one share still. Hamster gave me a super chat a couple streams back to buy a share of NGA. Not that I feel obligated to buy anything you guys tell me to buy, but I did buy that one share. OEG, I am bullish on OEG, man. I have a big position in it, and I more than doubled my money before, and then got out of that. I sold off and took my profits and left the other half in there. And then when it started coming back down, I sold the other half. And then I bought, let's see, I got 200 shares at $5.80 a share right now. So I'm down in it. I do believe in it, man. I do think that it's when this infrastructure package and all this stuff starts coming to pass, I think they're going to really benefit from it. I keep kind of wavering, and I think it's a product of the fact that I really want to put some more money into Hyliion and Lordstown, you know, and so I keep thinking about selling some of it at a loss just so I can dump some more money into these other stocks. But I do believe in it, man. I do believe in OEG. I think it's going to really benefit when they start picking up contracts for these solar farms, and you know, and then that big deal that they've got that's going to start next year. That's a big build for some solar farms. So I think they're going to do well. Yeah, I've looked at it, Martin. You know, and I just, you know, my convictions are where they are, and with the amount of money that I have and that I'm able to dump in, I can't really spread it out any more than it is right now, you know. And I want to get these positions to places where I'm comfortable before I start dumping into something else, because I don't have a lot of money to dump in. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, not compared to a lot of these other guys. I mean, throw me a super chat, that'll help, and join the Patreon, and that'll help. But but yeah, I mean, I'm not a rich dude, you know. I'm dumping as much as I can dump, and then the money from the YouTube should be in sometime middle of next month, and that'll go into the new account, and we're gonna get rolling on that now. And then I've got some Patreon. You know, my Patreon for my other channel's up pretty big, and you know, that channel's really starting to do better now that I've started hitting it hard. And so we're going to have some pretty good deposits for that new account. And as soon as I get some stuff in there, I'll be sharing it with you guys. The Patreon makes it really easy for me to share screenshots and stuff, and I'm going to be starting to do that pretty soon. It's just like right now, what's there to look at? Everything I've got's down right now, you know what I mean? I mean, not that I'm scared to show that, just, you know, doesn't seem like something very exciting to share with everybody, unless it just make you feel better to see that I'm down too. Assuming a lot of you guys are down. I mean, I'm just assuming that, you know. If you're not, tell me your secret. I absolutely will not buy a share of Nikola. I know you're in the Patreon, Martin. I know it. And I appreciate that support, man. I was just talking in general. Everybody's buying Doge, yeah. You know, like it's just everybody. We've got this culture of everybody just trying to FOMO into shit and thinking shit's going to double and triple all the time. And you know, I just don't think so. I do declare. I can't tell you my other channel, Hamster. I got to keep the streams separate. I got to keep everything separate, man. You know that I can't do it. I'm not crossing the streams, like it or not. It's something you're not interested in, I promise you. It's about a whole other subject, something that you're not at all interested in, and something some people would probably fucking hate me for. So I don't cross the streams, all right? So let's just leave that where it is. Yeah, everybody, listen to Martin. He knows what he's talking about. Join the fucking Patreon. Support the channel. Man, I give y'all the real talk. Y'all get to watch me cuss dumbasses out, even on live stream when they make stupid comments. That guy, I guarantee you that, I think it's Crypto. That guy, I guarantee you, is the one who's going on all my videos. That one dislike on all my videos is how I cussed his ass out on the last live stream. Whatever. Like, don't be telling lies and saying stupid shit, and I won't do that. You know what I mean? You got to be real with me. I'm real with you. And all I expect is for other people to be real with me. You come on my streams in the live chat telling me that Robinhood don't charge taxes and that you're a certified accountant, and so you know, yeah, you telling them lies, man. I ain't going to listen to that. I'm going to tell you, call you out on it. That's that real talk. My beer is right here, Iron. What's up, bro? You didn't think I fucking had one, did you? How about a super chat for that? I know, you know, they all say don't be on your live streams begging for super chats and shit. I ain't begging, but I want the super chats. I want to put more money in the stock market. And I want it in that new account. I want this YouTube account to start growing so I can, you know, like I've said before, if we get more people supporting the channel, especially through the Patreon, you know, I'm not going to provide a secret back channel. I've already said that many times, and I'm not. And I'm not going to give you a whole bunch of free shit, but I would like to have a community there on Patreon that I can like maybe get some input about that portfolio, the YouTube portfolio, and so we can kind of like work it together and stuff. But you gotta have you saw that, huh, Hamster? Yeah, that's what he was telling me. He was telling me I should take a $25,000 personal loan so that I can day trade. That's what he was saying. Yeah, I had to put it on him, man. You know, I can't like. It's not so much just because he was telling lies and saying stupid shit as it is like when you get in the comments of these YouTube videos, there's oftentimes a lot of really new people who just don't know anything, you know, and when you're saying shit like Robinhood doesn't charge taxes and shit like that, man, you could get a bunch of people in trouble, you know, like they go on there and say, oh, well, that dude's a certified accountant and he said they don't charge taxes. And I'm like, Robinhood don't have no control over what the fucking tax man does. It don't matter what you go to, you're paying them fucking taxes unless you're in a retirement account. That's the only way you get out of it. And you know, and if you're, I think the rule is, and don't quote me on this, do your own research, but I think there's a rule that if you make less than $40,000, like job and investments and everything combined, then you don't have to pay capital gains taxes. Now, I'm not sure about that. It doesn't apply to me, you know what I mean? But I've heard that. Right? Exactly, Thomas. Like, I was like, oh, when he said that in the comments on that stream, I was like, yeah, that'd be just about the stupidest fucking thing I could do. No, he did say that after I called him out, Mingley. After I called him out, he said they only charge taxes on the gains. Anybody only charges taxes on the gains. Before that, he said there was no taxes. He was just trying to backpedal and make himself look okay. But it's like, that's all you ever pay taxes on is the gains. You don't pay taxes on losses. That dude's just a fucking idiot, man. And maybe he's not an idiot and he was actually trying to mislead people, but I don't think so. I think he just telling some lies. All right, let's get off this dude. he might start 20 more accounts and go dislike my videos. Because I've got a pretty goddamn good like to dislike ratio. I think I saw one that had 2 dislikes on it, but every other video is like 1 dislike, 1 dislike, 1 dislike. I'm pretty sure that dude went back in my videos and just started putting a dislike on them all. And I'm like, do you really think that hurts a motherfucker? Like, it's funny. Comment sections are always like in YouTube videos and stuff. I'm pretty lucky on this. Man, you guys are great. I don't get very many negative comments, and you know, I can remember with my other channel. You know, it's really old. It's been around for a long time. But back in the day, man, the comment section on YouTube videos have been horrible. I mean, they're just like the biggest, most toxic thing ever. Disliking videos means I pay less tax, man. I mean, he would probably tell you that, but I'm sure, I sure wish that was the case. I don't pay taxes on trading though, because all of my stuff is done inside of that Roth IRA, and the stuff in my cash account, I pretty much don't ever sell. I did do some reorganizing when all of this stuff came down in that cash account, but I don't think I incurred enough to make any kind of a dent in taxes, because I sold some stuff down and I sold some stuff up. You hate Facebook? Tell us why you like it. Maybe just because I'm old. Like, I was really resistant to Facebook in the beginning. I was MySpace all the way, boy, like in 2006 or whatever it was, and then Facebook came around, and everybody was like transitioning to Facebook, and I was like, I'll never go to Facebook, and then I went to it, and now I'm stuck there. You know, I mean, I got a lot of people that I keep track of and that keep track of me there, music fans and stuff like that. You know, I've always hovering around 5,000 people over there, and I don't know why. I mean, I just like it. I mean, even though it's gotten worse and worse as far as not showing me the stuff that I want to see and not allowing me to post my content and shit like that, it's still like the place. Where else am I gonna go? Where everybody is that I know and all my people, you know, are. I mean, it's just wise, because I've built something there, and I got to keep it that way. Yeah, Chris, I actually lost quite a bit of music when they finally. I had some music, okay, over there that was from a couple of different ventures that I did with other people years and years ago that was still just sitting there for a long time. And then at a certain point, they did something and cleaned out a bunch of shit out of their database, and I lost some shit that I don't even have anymore. It kind of sucked. Oh, as a stock, man, I just went through all that stuff. Why do I like Facebook as a stock? Well, man, I think that, like, if you look at how a lot of those big tech stocks trade, and you look at the forward PEs and stuff like that, and the multiples that they trade at, and then you go look at the multiple that Facebook trades at, it trades at a really low multiple, because people, like, a lot of people just think of it as a social media stock. But recently they've been putting a lot of really kicking into high gear on that Oculus thing, that you know, because he owns the virtual reality Oculus too. And they've been putting a lot of resources in that. And I kind of see the possibility that they could hit something there and it take off. I mean, we're in this time period right now where, you know, cell phones and all this media that we currently use has been the thing for a long time, and nobody has yet been able to come out with that next thing, you know. And you've got like the watches and all that people don't really buy and use, and you know, the Oculus thing, like I just have this weird feeling that they could potentially come up with the next thing. Like, they're working on some kind of glasses, some kind of eyeglasses that do some shit, and I don't know, man. I got a feeling about Facebook stock. Now, is it going to triple? I'm not saying it's going to double or triple. I just think that it's a solid investment that has the possibility for some big growth. You know what I mean? It could just hover around the same and do like Apple does these days, but I just see more potential in that than Apple. I feel like Apple's played out, man. I feel like they're not innovating anymore, and I was invested in it at one point early on, and it just like stayed there and stayed there forever, and I just don't feel like. Yeah, Chris, I don't ever see anybody with smartwatches. It seems like some stupid shit to me, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not saying that they aren't good for some things, but I mean, I don't really care for them, and I don't ever see anybody wearing them really. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on Facebook, man. It's not that I want to dump a whole shit ton of money into it, but I do have it in the portfolio for the YouTube stuff. And it's one of the stocks that I'm in more for stability. I've got a few stocks in there that I'm in for the stability, but also believe that they could grow. And Facebook is one of those. Nvidia, same story. Uh, Not thinking right off the bat of what the other one was. I went through it real heavy, but I haven't looked at it since then. Uh, there was a few stocks that I put in there more for stability because a lot of stuff in there is heavy growth. So that portfolio, because it's you guys' money, I wanted to protect it a little more and just make it a little more stable than the way I normally invest. Um, you know, Apple Car, I don't see it happening. I could see them putting out some kind of a software that they might then put out to whoever, other companies, to use their software and system in a car, but I don't see them coming out with a car unless it's like something that somebody else builds and puts their brand on it because it's got their software. And really, Tesla's so far ahead on software. Like, I really feel like it's possible that in the future, and then maybe in the not so distant future, um, Tesla could be potentially like leasing their software out to other companies because the amount of data that they're collecting is just putting them so far ahead of everybody else, guys. And I just don't see how they can catch up. Although I will say, I don't know if you guys watch Tesla Daily or not, but he showed a video of Huawei and their system and a test that they did, and they're saying they got like 1,000 miles without intervention. And this video that he showed, it has some pretty wild shit in there, and with no interventions. It was their self-drive stuff, and like there was this one part uh, where a motorcycle was coming down the wrong side over here, and then a pedestrian walked in front, and the car handled it. It was pretty good, but it's lidar, and Tesla's moving toward vision only. People die in car wrecks all the time, Ed. Doesn't mean anything. What are my opinions on Bitcoin? Man, I think that if you hold it long enough, you'll make a bunch of money on it. That's what I think about Bitcoin. I think in the short term, it could drop 60%. It could do anything, man. It just had this big drop over the weekend. And, if I had some money, I might put a little bit in it at this price, but I just don't have the money. And, that's one of the things that's on my bucket list is to get some money over into the cash account that's dedicated to put into crypto, but it just hasn't happened yet with everything doing what it's been doing. Like, I see a lot of these stocks that are just beat down so low that I'd like to buy, and crypto has been soaring. So even though we've had this pullback, it's still not first on my priority list. I know a lot of people are all in on it and stuff, and I do see it doing really well in the future. There's no question about that. There's just so much short-term volatility. It'll go way down and stay there for a year and then giant move up, and it does all, you never know what's going to happen with it. And I don't really like that. It doesn't, like, even though I invest in a lot of these growth stocks that aren't necessarily most stable in the world, I still think it's like really volatile and still in a stage where really anything could happen. I mean, next week they could come out with some kind of legislation and just completely derail it. And I don't know, it scares me a little bit. I think that if that doesn't happen, if the government doesn't step in and regulate it or something like that, that it will go really, really high over the next 10 years. But I just don't know how. I don't understand it well enough to know how likely it is that something like that happens. 40 minutes in and only one super chat? Oh, man. I would have made $60 on my other channel. Don't you guys want to put some in the market with me? Don't make me real talk y'all's ass. Let's see what I missed here. You love NVIDIA, Hamster? I like it. I got a buddy who doubled his money on it last year. It's a good stock, and I like semiconductors. I've done a little bit of research into it, and with all these chip shortages and all that stuff, I like semiconductors. And I didn't want to invest in Taiwan Semiconductor and NVIDIA. I kind of wanted to put that SOXL, which is a triple leveraged ETF, semiconductor ETF, triple leveraged. I kind of wanted to put some of that in the YouTube portfolio, but M1 Finance won't let you do triple leverage funds, I guess. I can buy it in my Fidelity, but the YouTube portfolio is on M1 Finance. I wanted that pie. I wanted to be able to build a pie and then see how it works. Can't tell you the other channel. I know I always talk about it, but I can't do it. I got to stay separate, man. Jessica knows what it is. Don't tell nobody, though. I am not selling Ride, Awakened Soul. Not selling it. Not selling it. I don't see anything wrong with what happened. Thank you, Hamster. $9.99. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate all your support. Hamster was my first patron. Working in Korea. On Korea. I see. It's an island. Just woke up. What are you doing in Korea? If you don't mind me asking. That's interesting. She did. Well, tell her I said thank you, Hamster. Oh, you in the military? Better man than me. I couldn't do it. I'd probably be in the fucking court martial in the first 3 months. Of course, I'm too old to join now, but when I was younger, man, I was pretty rough and tumble. I wouldn't have made it. I have a problem with authority. And I have a hard time keeping my mouth shut, in case you haven't noticed. Awakened Soul. Yeah, it's a rough one with the SPACs, man. I mean, I still kind of view Lordstown and Hyliion as SPACs because I think that they're caught up in that because people, like associate them with that. I couldn't tell you, man. You know, J Mac would probably be a better person to ask. He really likes that, what is that baseball card, SPAC. He likes that one. Uh, man, he's so cool, man. Like doing a interview with the CEO of Hyliion and telling him about our channel, man. It's such a cool dude, man. He always giving me shout outs. You know, he's a member of the Patreon. He supports the channel with a pledge, and you know, he's always throwing out mentions. He must really, he seems like the type of guy that really likes the real talk videos. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I feel like he wants to do some real talk videos. When he was talking to Thomas Healy in that interview, and he said something about people not liking their PR team or whatever, man, I really feel like he wanted to lay into him, and he was just like being so diplomatic and shit. Like, you found my channel from J-Mac? Yeah, he's a cool dude, man. I mean, I haven't like had a lot of interaction and talked with him and whatever, but man, I think it's so cool that he shouts out my channel all the time, man. Oh man, Awakened Soul, I bet they've already like made some choices and started tapering into some of them and stuff, you know, but just like right now, their thing is to like be in these more stable stocks and whatever, and they're probably making some small positions in this stuff. I bet they still even have some positions in some of this stuff. Yeah, I live in the truck, man. Yeah, Ben, welcome aboard. I do live in the truck. I'm out 6 weeks. Usually, I'm out 4 to 6 weeks. Then I go home for 4 or 5 days and I stay in a hotel, see my kid, although my kid is moving to Washington next month and I'm kind of worried about it. And so, yeah, wish me luck with that. I did reach out to some people I know there in the Seattle area, and so I've got some phone numbers just in case. But yeah, I'm kind of worried about that, to be honest with you. And so now, other than a few friends there locally, like I don't even have a reason to go home now. I have not looked into that, Adam. I know you keep asking me about it. I just like haven't thought about it when I had time to look into it, and I just don't know anything about that. What's the ticker symbol? Is it TU? It's, you know, sometimes it feels like freedom, Brujo, and sometimes it feels like the opposite, because like it feels free that you're riding around all over the country and stuff, but you don't have time to do anything. And you like, you know, I'm single now and I like don't have any opportunity to meet women, or you know, just no opportunity to see my friends and stuff like that, because I'm just gone all the time, you know. So it's I do enjoy it to a certain extent, but there's also things that I really don't enjoy about it. You know, it's not for everyone, and it's why you know, there's such a revolving door in the trucking industry, because people think it's, oh yeah, to be great and free and all that, and then they come out here and it's just them by themselves in their truck. You know, they have this idea that I'm going to see the country and I'm going to get to go all over the country. Yeah, you're going to see the country from the fucking freeway. You're going to see it from the truck stop. You're going to see it from the distribution center. But you can't just pull this truck up and go to a museum or go hang out or something, you know. And half the time, you know, you got to be somewhere at 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? You ain't got time to do all that kind of shit. So it's a lifestyle. It's definitely a lifestyle, you know. No, not so far. We're not going to get the ERX. I actually the other day was thinking about ways that could I get my hands on it, and I was thinking about calling up Schneider or Werner and being like, hey, if I come to work on you, can I be the guy that drives that? And I just, you know, they're not gonna run it like that. They've probably already chosen their people, and they're probably gonna start it off real easy. You know, it's a year off until I might have an opportunity to go somewhere and drive one. And to be honest with you, by the time it really proliferates out into the trucking industry, I may not even be doing this anymore. I mean, my goal is to get to a point to where I can get back in town and start a business or something and come off the road. I mean, I would, otherwise I would have already like gone lease and bought a truck and something like that. You know what I mean? And I may still get there. I may still end up doing this for 5 years or so, but I don't know. People don't listen to petitions, Chris. Like, nobody listens to that. I've seen petitions with millions and millions of people, and nobody listened to that shit. Buy me another beer. Send me a super chat. You're in? Oh, on the petition? Yeah, we might could get 1,000 people to sign it or so. Again, Adam, what is the fucking ticker symbol? Did you already answer me when I asked you that? Or did I miss it? Adam Garcia. What is the ticker symbol for TU Simple Trucks? Thanks, Steven, for the $5 super chat, man. I appreciate your support. And thank you. I appreciate that you feel like I'm a good guy. I really do try to be. I'm an asshole sometimes, but at least I shoot straight with motherfuckers. Can never have enough Tesla. I tell you what, it's my biggest position. It is my biggest holding. So that's all I can say. I think it's a great investment for the future. Real talking. I know, man. He won't tell me. I mean, I could probably Google it, but I just keep forgetting to do it. Thanks again, Steven. I appreciate that super chat. And Hamster, you too. And Jessica, you too. And I appreciate you guys' support. Don't ask me, Ed. I'm not your mama. I am not your mama. You decide what you're going to buy if it dips. You decide what to buy. Don't ask me. I ain't got no money to buy right now. I agree, Iron. And you know, like, for the first 30 years of my life or more, like, I lived a adventurous and, you know, riskier lifestyle and stuff. And it's not been since till about this last year that I really focused in on trying to secure some kind of a retirement. And I don't regret it. I mean, I do regret not putting a little money away in my youth, but I don't regret the way I lived in my younger years. I can be your daddy. Where you at, Jessica? Where you at? I done looked you up and I can't tell where you're at. You got all your shit locked down so tight. Might as well be Fort Knox. You in Illinois? I'll come get you right now. Oh my God, Adam. I will fucking real talk your ass, Adam. Adam Garcia. Never heard of it. What is the ticker symbol? What is the ticker symbol? Oh, you want some real talk? That's what you're doing. You're trying to get me to real talk you. Oh, see, I don't play that. I'd let J Mac interview me. Hell yeah. I just don't know. I don't know how I'd accomplish that from the phone. I probably could figure it out. Don't know if he wants my kind of mouth on his channel, but you know, I'm not always abrasive. TSP, TSP. I appreciate that, Chris. I'll try to remember to look into that. Do I have my tablet handy? I'm gonna enter that in real quick here and just take a quick look at it because this dude's been asking me about this in the fucking comments to videos forever. This better not be a fucking penny stock. TuSimple Holdings. $40. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to cause dead air here. I'm kind of looking at this stock. This guy's been asking me about this stock forever. Self-driving truck startup. Yeah, I mean, self-driving truck is just not going to do nothing, man. Like, I'm going to have to look more into it later. If you haven't noticed, I am not fucking bullish on self-driving trucks at all. I have to look into the financials, see where they're at. But if they're a startup and they're trading for $40 like that, I don't know about that. Let me look at how long is this? How long has this stock been on the market? I'm getting really crappy chart data here. Man, I'm wasting time. I'm gonna put it in my Webull so I can just keep an eye on it here. Give me just a minute, and then I'll get back to you guys. TSP. All right, I got it in my watch list so I can keep an eye on it and see what happens. Northwest Indiana. I'm through there a lot. Through Indiana a lot. Kathy Wood bought it. Jessica's been hitting on me for 2 days. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into this TSP. But I just overall, I'm not bullish on the self-driving trucks. I mean, obviously, and somebody made the comment that obviously I don't want to see my job taken away, but it's not about that at all, man. What's up, Trade Man? Did it just IPO, and that's why I'm not getting a lot of good data on it? Oh yeah, that's brand new, isn't it? Like brand new. Let's see something here. Yeah, like brand new, and it IPO'd at $40. Over $40. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I haven't heard much about it at all. All right, dude, you're just fucking with me now. What's up, Casey Pickle? Casey Pickle? You know who Casey Pickle is? I know who Casey Pickle is. Casey Picklecopter. They're a strict company. Oh, I'd train them up. I get them trained up. Yeah, no, I'm not interested in working for no mega carrier. Casey Picklecopter. You know who Casey Pickle is? Answer me. Is this actually Casey Pickle? Are you Grim Green's old lady? Yes, what? You're not Grim Green's old lady. No way. That would be the fucking coolest thing ever. I've been watching Grim Green since probably since the beginning. You'll call me. All right, Ben. Hey, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate your support. I probably won't stay on too much longer myself. Yeah. Chris, everybody sound off. Where y'all from? Got people from all over the country in here or all over the world? What? We got UK people. Who we got? Texas. I'm from Texas. London. Illinois. I'm in Illinois. Temple, Texas. You're not too far from where I come from. LA. Fort Worth. Casey, Fort Worth. Man, people from all over. Prague. Well, to those of you that I haven't met before, really cool. To TCU, yeah. A couple friends graduated from there. One dropped out. One graduated. You want to hear some real talk? I can't do it. Oh, I'm never home. I'm going to be there for probably a week starting Tuesday. But usually I'm out here on the road 4 to 6 weeks at a time. New Jersey. Bane of my existence, man. I hate going to New Jersey. Some places ain't that bad. I'm talking about to deliver to, okay? Some places ain't that bad, but man, God, New Jersey's the worst for trucks next to New York City. Living on 7th Street. Seventh Street in Fort Worth. Huh. Yeah, I know my way around over there really well, Casey. Yeah. I drove some Uber for a while, and that's where that was my main spot, was over there. University and Camp Bowie over there. Angelo's. Listen to you, Angelo's. Is that place still there? That's over in White Settlement. Yeah, by downtown off of Henderson and White, where you turn like you're going down to White Settlement. I had a buddy growing up that worked there at Angelo's for years and years. Huh? What a trip. All right, that's what I'm talking about, Casey. Oh, what did I miss, Jessica? Oh, yeah. Who knows about that? I don't. Thanks, Adam. I'm glad you enjoy the videos. I'm glad all you guys enjoy the videos. Hey, 30 people in here might be the most people I've had in a live stream on this channel. So thanks for hanging out with me, everybody, man. I appreciate it. It gets boring out here, and so these live streams really help pass the time sometimes. And, like I say, the little super chats, I'm trying to build up towards good deposits in this new account with M1 Finance for the YouTube. And, yeah, so it all helps, even just the views help. Hi, Chinese writing guy, lady. I'm not your mama, though. I promise you. I don't know, Casey. We're going to see it pick back up this quickly. The market's just not treating growth stocks very well. I'm looking for sure end of the year we should see some price action when they release these demo models. I think we'll for sure see some price action then, but I don't know how much. And I don't know. Oh, my bad. I apologize. I apologize about you not being from China. I can't really distinguish the difference between the two types of writing in this little bitty ass YouTube comment. Probably not at all, to be honest with you. Oh my God, I hate stock twists. I hate it. Like when I was playing around in penny stocks when I first started, I was looking at stock twists and I got beat up in some of those pump and dumps a couple times. Uh, I mean, it's kind of fun to watch sometimes, but I don't even look at it anymore. Like that was when I first started. I used that to like maybe get some ideas of stuff to look at and stuff like that. But yeah, it's stock twists not for me. It's hilarious, I'll give you that. But it's like aggravating too. Like just like the comments section in that fucking live stream of the race last night and all that, like I get agitated. I mean, in case you haven't noticed, I get agitated, you know what I mean, with the stupid ass comments and people lying to people and misleading people and stuff. What's up, Ronnie? Yeah, Long Highly on. J Mac rules, man. He's brought a lot of people here from all his mentions of me, man. I appreciate you being here. Hopefully you're subscribed. Oh man, I hope it doesn't drop that low, Casey. I don't expect it to drop that low. 11,000 shares. Man, I wish I had that kind of money, bro. Throw me a super chat with that fucking deep pockets, Rick. God damn, that's like 10 times the size of my whole net worth right there. I do follow Meet Kevin. I'm on Graham Stephan, but I don't watch a lot of his stuff. His strategy is just like, he's entertaining, but, it's just not along the lines of what I like. Meet Kevin, I watch a lot of Meet Kevin, yeah. I will do it, Ronnie. owns Hyliion. Sure, hell yeah, I would go on Meet Kevin's show. Can you imagine how much my channel would blow up if I had an opportunity to do that? I'd love to do that. Meet Kevin's fucking cool. I love his channel. I watch that dude a lot, like more than any other YouTuber. What do I think about Hyliion? Shiva, I want you to go back and watch my videos. I think Hyliion is a fantastic company. That's what I think. I think that they're going to revolutionize trucking. I think that, you know, over the next 3 to 5 years, they're really going to start proliferating throughout the industry. And I do not have a crystal ball, and I am not your mama, and I'm not telling you to buy the stock. And if you buy the stock and it goes down and you come in here whining about it, you're not going to like what happens. But that's my thoughts on Hyliion. I think Hyliion is a great product. The ERX. Now, and I had somebody comment the other day, like, why don't you say what you don't like about Hyliion? I've said it over and over. I don't like the hybrid electric thing that they're trying to push. I think it's a waste of time. I think that they need to focus on this ERX. I don't think that any but companies are going to really adopt that hybrid system that they've got. That's what I don't like about Hyliion. I'm right with you, Thomas. I don't know how Nikola is still around, and to be honest with you, like, I'm willing to bet that they will not survive until hydrogen is a real thing, because you're talking 5 to 10 years before hydrogen. Did I say Hyliion? Hydrogen. Before, it's like 5 to 10 years before hydrogen is going to be a viable fuel source for anything. I mean, right now it's super dirty the way they create it, and it's way expensive, and there's zero infrastructure for it. I mean, hydrogen is a long way out, and I do not see Nikola surviving the next 5 to 10 years to wait for that. I just don't see it. Adam, Jesus. Adam's trying to get me to real talk him. See, he's been playing that game on the videos, and I've been ignoring him. But now I see for real, like. No, I don't play video games, Casey. I used to play League of Legends all the time, but I just out here on the road, I don't play any video games. And this has been a really fun live stream, guys. Like, most of the time, I find all this dead air and stuff, and I've had a really good time tonight. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Give me just a second here. I'm trying to do something with my stereo before it goes nuts. Because I'm going to play a song and play us out. That's what I forgot. I was going to post another song. I will do that while I have time tomorrow. No promises, but I think I will do that while I have time tomorrow. I keep telling you guys I'm going to post another song, and then I get busy between the two channels and I forget about it. So what do you think Ride is going to do tomorrow? What do you guys think Lordstown Motor Stock is going to do tomorrow morning? You think it's going to drop after them not finishing the race? You think it, I mean, I don't think it should, but there's been a lot of negative commentary, at least from the Peanut Gallery. think it's going to drop? Well, I mean, I'm holding it. I'm not selling it, no matter what it does. Trying to decide what song I'm going to play while I play us out here in a minute. My channel will not get banned for copyright because this is music that I wrote and recorded and played all the instruments. Yeah, every once in a while I post a song on here. I've only posted one so far, but I have a bunch. And so during these live streams, a lot of times I'll play one, or I'll play one at the beginning or at the end, or sometimes people ask to hear more of them. And I just, I get requested to put more songs up, but I just, I don't have a whole lot to keep putting them up. So kind of stretch them out and take my time. Leon's not going to keep going down and become a penny stock. The market's just holding it down. I mean, after that last news story, it should have got a lot more than it got. And so it's not going to stay there. It might go down some more. I'm not saying it won't, but, just their cash on hand, and the fact that they're already putting stuff in, there's no way it should even be where it's at right now, to be honest with you. Well, guys, I'm going to call it quits. And man, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I had a really good time tonight, but I need to eat something and start getting wound down. I know I'm an old man. I'm going to bed early and shit. But if you want to tip your musician, throw me a super chat. It'll all go into that new portfolio. Consider joining the Patreon, or if not, then just keep supporting the channel by watching the videos. But the super chats really help. And so here's a tune called Who Are You? Let me get some volume here. Let me rewind and get some volume here. So this is a song. This one I played all the instruments and all the vocals on. And hope you guys enjoy it. It's called Who Are You? Tip your musician. Real talk. The righteous man, he takes a stand. He understands the master plan. The filthy man shouts demand. His dirty hands feel the sand. Wake up and discover what you are. Come to grips with your battle scars. They're part of you, no matter what you do. Wake up and discover it's you. See me, need me, accept me. matter what you do, wake up and discover you is you. Thanks, Proper 19, hell yeah. For all his song, you the righteous one, you the needy one, you the greedy one, you the holy one, you the chosen one, you the bastard son, for all you know. What will you do? You the righteous one. You the needy one. All right, guys. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Join the fucking Patreon.